I still remember the way her voice cut me open. You don't deserve a family, Nathan. Not now. Not ever. That night has lived in me like poison. Her face, her eyes, her hand on the doorknob while she delivered the line that broke me, left me standing in the dark, unable to breathe. I never begged her to stay. Maybe she wanted me to. I let her walk away because my pride outweighed my desperation. But the words followed me into every year that came after. Even now I can hear them when the house is quiet. I stared at my reflection in the window, shaking my head. Why did I let her close enough to wound me like that? 'Cause I loved her. My jaw tightened. Loved her. Past tense. She's gone. She made her choice. The glass didn't answer back, but my memory did. I was standing in that cramped apartment, shouting to be heard, "Amelia, stop twisting this. I wanted a life with you." She had crossed her arms, leaning against the wall like she was already halfway out the door. You wanted to chain me down? I wanted to build something real. A family. A future. You. She laughed, but it was hollow. A family. Nathan, you don't deserve that. You'd ruin it. Her voice cracked just slightly, but her eyes stayed sharp. You don't mean that? Do. I'll never say it again, so listen. Carefully, you will never be enough for that kind of life. She pulled her coat on, hand tightening around the knob, waiting for me to crumble. I didn't. The silence between us was the only thing she carried when she walked out. Now, years later, I slammed the cupboard shut harder than I meant to. The sound bounced through the kitchen, empty and accusing. She was wrong, I muttered. She had to be. I grabbed my phone, staring at the picture on the lock screen. Ella's gap-toothed smile, her tiny arms squeezing my neck, her messy hair sticking up because she refused to let me brush it that morning. She's proof. She's everything Amelia said I'd never deserve. But the memory cut back again. Ruthless. Her words, that door closing, my chest hollowing out, and for the first time in years I asked myself the question I had been running from. If Amelia ever came back, what would she see? Would she see a man who survived her? Or would she see someone still bleeding from the wound she left? The thought tightened in my chest. The doorbell rang. My body went rigid. My hand froze halfway to the glass of water I'd been reaching for. No, not her. Not tonight. I moved to the window, parting the curtain with one finger. The street outside was empty, the shadows of trees swaying in the glow of the lamp. A neighbor, maybe. A package. Oh! Nothing more. I forced a laugh. Paranoid. She's not coming back. Not after everything. But the sound didn't convince me. Because people like Amelia never really leave. They linger. They wait. They return when you least expect it. I poured a drink, sat on the couch, and whispered into the silence. You don't deserve a family. I stared at the wall. Then why am I... Father, why does she still haunt me? The only answer was the steady tick of the clock and the weight in my chest. Another knock, sharper, louder. The glass slipped in my hand, spilling across the table. My pulse thudded in my ears. I stepped toward the door, every part of me knowing. Before I even touched the handle, Amelia was back. Asterisk, the second knock rattled my chest. I opened the door and froze. Amelia. Her dress clung to her curves like it had been made to remind me what I had once touched and lost. Her lips curled into a smile sharp enough to cut. You're not even going to invite me in? She asked, eyes glinting. You're not supposed to be here. My hand tightened on the doorframe. Still dramatic, still defensive, she said. Her gaze dragged over me slowly, too slowly, till I forced myself to shift under it. Say what you came to say, and leave. I told her. She tilted her head, feigning innocence. Not even a hello after all these years. You don't get hellos from me anymore. That's not how you used to talk to me. Her voice dipped lower, almost tender, almost dangerous. And then, from behind me, came the sound I never wanted her to hear, small feet thudding against wood, followed by a laugh so pure it could break stone. Ella's laugh. Amelia's eyes shot past me, wide, searching. What was that? None of your business. That sounded like a child. She stepped forward, and I blocked her path instantly. Close the subject, Nathan. Her voice sharpened. Move aside. You don't belong here. Then why do I feel like I do? Another burst of laughter floated out from the living room. Amelia's lips parted. She caught her breath like someone had just pulled the ground out from under her. You have a daughter? She whispered. Yes, you, a father. Surprises never end. Her mouth twitched. Not quite shock. Not quite a smile. Something. Else something bitter. How old is she? 5? And her mother. I stared straight into her eyes. Not your concern. She gave a breathy laugh, trying to regain control. She sounds happy. I heard her voice. She sounds like she belongs here. She does, I said. She's my life. Amelia studied me, chest rising quicker, eyes locked on mine. After everything I said to you, after the way I left, you still went ahead and built this. That's exactly why I built it. Face flickered, wounded for a heartbeat, before that sharp smile returned. Do you really think a child changes who you are? She didn't change me. She showed me who I already was. Something you refused to see. Maybe I saw it and knew you'd never handle it. Or maybe you were too afraid of a life that asked for more than your reflection in the mirror. Her jaw tightened. Still cruel when cornered. Still manipulative when challenged. Ella's voice rang out again, clear as bells. Daddy, are you coming? Amelia froze. She calls you that because I am. The air thickened, pulling me back into every battle we had ever fought. Amelia leaned closer, her voice dropping, her perfume wrapping around me. I told you once you didn't deserve a family, she whispered. Looks like you proved me wrong. No, I said. Looks like I proved myself right. Her eyes softened, dangerously soft, and for a flicker I almost forgot who she was. Then her hand slid against the doorframe, her body pressing closer. As if the threshold already belonged to her. I need to see her, she said. Absolutely not. I'm not here to hurt anyone. She's not a display for your regret. Regret? Amelia tilted her head. That's not what this is. Then what is it? You'll find out. Her confidence unsettled me more than her anger ever did. I wanted to slam the door, but my hand stayed on the frame, knuckles white. You lost the right to stand here years ago, I said. And yet here I am. And you haven't closed the door. She wasn't wrong, I should. But you won't, she whispered. Not yet. I clenched my jaw, forcing myself not to move as she leaned in. Her lips hovered close enough that I could feel her breath. Close enough that memory tugged at me like a hook. She looks like you, doesn't she? She murmured, enough. I just want to know what you became without me, now I see it. And it's more than I expected. You expected me broken? Yes. Then look again. Because I'm not broken. I'm stronger. Stronger, she said, her smile tilting but still tempted. The words pierced me. Leave, Amelia. You don't really want me gone? I want my daughter safe. And you think I'm danger? I know you are. She laughed quietly, not with humor, but with disbelief. Almost pity. You think you can keep me out forever? I don't think. I know. Her eyes burned, her voice sharpening into something. That sounded like a vow. Introduce me properly one day, Nathan, or I'll introduce myself. I shut the door before she could breathe another word. Inside, Ella ran into the hallway, her arms lifted. I picked her up and held her tight, her warmth steadying me, her little smile chasing the chill away. Who was that, Daddy? She asked. No. One important. The lie tasted bitter, because I knew Amelia was back. She would not leave quietly. The door clicked shut behind her, and my chest tightened like I had just made the biggest mistake of my life. 5 minutes, I said. My voice was harder than I intended. Say what you came to say. She smiled as if she owned the room already. We always did count time when I was around. Don't start, I warned. She brushed past me, heels clicking against the floor, her perfume leaving a trail I couldn't ignore. She sat on the couch like it had been waiting for her, crossing one leg over the other. The dress clung to her. Deliberate, dangerous. Nice place, she said. eyes traveling along the shelves, the photographs, the walls. Better than I imagined. You imagined nothing. You told me I wasn't meant for this. Her lips curved. And yet here you are, with everything I said you'd never have. I folded my arms. Why are you here, Amelia? She tilted her head. You didn't even offer me a drink. You're not a guest. She laughed softly, and it crawled under my skin. Still the same? Guarded, sharp, but look at you now, a father. That part surprised me. The mention of Ella made me step closer. Leave her out of this. I didn't bring her in, she said. You did, when you let me through the door. Don't twist it. Her eyes met mine, unblinking. I'm not here to hurt her, Nathan. Then what? To hurt me again? She leaned back, fingertips gliding along the couch arm. What, do I really still have that power? I clenched my jaw. Answer the question. I wanted to see you. After all these years, yes? Why now? She didn't speak at first. Her eyes wandered to the staircase, toward the room where Ella was sleeping. The silence dragged until I almost demanded she leave. Then she whispered, because I didn't think you'd move on without me. My chest burned. You left me with nothing but your words. What did you expect me to do? Wait, I almost laughed. Wait, for the woman who told me I'd ruin a family? For the one who said I'd never deserve what I wanted most. Her face softened, just slightly. I didn't mean it like that. You meant every syllable. You wanted to cut me down, and you did. She looked away, biting her lip. I was angry. You pushed me, Nathan. You wanted everything too fast. I was scared. Scared enough to destroy me. I didn't think you'd believe me. Did for years. Air between us felt heavier than the walls could hold. My hands curled into fists at my sides, fighting the urge to pace. She crossed her legs again, slow, deliberate. Her dress shifted with the movement, and I hated myself. For noticing don't, I said. Don't what? You know exactly what you're doing. Her smile flickered.
Us.
Maybe I'm reminding you of what we had. What we had is gone. Is it? I stepped forward, closing the space between us. Amelia listened carefully. I don't get. To sit here, dressed like that, speaking in riddles and pretend none of it happened? You don't get to look at me like you want something and hide behind excuses. Her eyes locked on mine, and tell me to leave. I opened my mouth, but no sound came out. See? She whispered. You can't. I turned away, dragging a hand across my face. You're poison, and yet you let me in. Her words cut deep. I wanted to argue, to shout, but the truth twisted inside me. A part of me had wanted to see her again, even if it meant pain. You're not staying, I said finally. I don't intend to. Then, why? Because I needed to know if I still mattered. I spun back to face her. To me, yes. You want honesty? My voice shook with anger. You do matter. Every scar I carry is proof. Every night I doubted myself. Every time I questioned if I could be a father. That was all you. So congratulations, Amelia. You mattered. You mattered in the worst way possible. She flinched, but her gaze didn't drop. And now, I took a step closer, lowering my voice. Now I matter. To someone who actually needs me. For the first time since she walked in, her confidence cracked. She said softly. Yes, my daughter. The life you said I'd ruin. The family you swore I'd never deserve. That's mine now, and nothing you do changes it. Her throat worked like she wanted to respond, but couldn't. She finally whispered, She's beautiful, Nathan. Looks like you, I froze. You saw her? And she ran to the door earlier. She has your eyes. Something in her tone unsettled me, a softness that felt dangerous. Stay away from her, I said sharply. I'm not here for her. Then what? Her smile returned, fragile but calculated. For you. I stared at her, pulse hammering. Torn between fury and something darker. You should leave, I said. She rose slowly, smoothing her dress, stepping closer than she should. Her hand brushed my arm before I could move. 5 minutes, she murmured. That's all I needed. To see if the fire was still there. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. Her eyes searched mine. And it is. The clock ticked on the wall, loud enough to feel like a countdown. She turned toward the door, heels clicking against the floor again. She opened it, looked back once, and whispered, "You'll see me again." The door closed. I stood in the silence, heart racing, fighting. The truth I didn't want to admit, she was right. The fire was still there. Asterisk, I poured water into a glass and set it in front of her, even though I had no reason to. My hands were shaking, and I hated that she would notice. She traced her finger along the rim, watching me instead of drinking. "You never used to fidget. I never used to see ghosts standing in my living room." Her mouth curved into something between a smirk and a challenge. "Is that what I am to you? A ghost?" "You're not here to reminisce," I said. "Tell me why now." She tilted her head, her earrings catching the light. "Why not now? Stop playing games." Her voice softened, almost teasing. "Maybe I missed you." I leaned forward. "You don't walk back into someone's life just because you missed them. You think I need a reason? I know you. Now I never did anything without a reason." Her finger kept circling the glass. "Do you remember the lake house?" I stiffened. "Don't do that." Her eyes glittered. "The summer storm, the broken lantern, the way we couldn't stop laughing even when the power went out. You swore you'd never forget that night. And you swore you'd never leave. Which one of us lied?" Her hand stilled on the glass. "That's not fair. You told me I didn't deserve a family. I would ruin one. Now you're sitting here acting like we can talk about memories over a drink." Her voice dipped lower. I was angry. People say things they don't mean when they're scared. You meant it. Yes, you did. And it stuck. For years, Amelia, it stuck. She pressed her lips together and looked down at her lap. For the first time since she arrived, her confidence faltered. I exhaled sharply. "So again, why now?" Her eyes lifted. Steady, but unreadable, "Because you moved on." The words hit me harder than I expected. You left. What was I supposed to do? Wait forever? Her knees brushed mine under the table. "You didn't wait long enough." I pulled back. "Careful. You're the one who let me in." I stood, pushing the chair away. I should not have. Rose too, stepping closer than I wanted her to. "Do you know what it felt like, hearing you had a child? You don't get to feel anything?" "About that, she has your eyes. She's proof that you built the life we used to talk about." "No," I said, my voice sharp. "She's proof that I built it without you." Her smile was thin, but her eyes burned. "You think you're untouchable now, don't you? That because you have her, you've won. This isn't a competition. To you, maybe. To me, it always was." I laughed bitterly. "And what? Do you think you lost Amelia?" Her hand rose, grazing my arm before I could move away. I caught her wrist, holding it just long enough to make my point before letting go. "You gave me up." Her breathing quickened, but she didn't. "Step back. I thought I had time. I thought if I left, I could come back whenever I wanted, and you'd still be waiting. You thought wrong." Her lips parted like she wanted to argue, then closed again. Instead, she whispered, "You'll need me one day, Nathan?" I narrowed. "My eyes need you for what? When that day comes, I'll be here." Her tone was low, almost threatening. My stomach tightened, my instincts screaming at me not to trust her. "What does that mean?" I demanded. She smiled faintly, refusing to explain. "You'll see." I stepped closer, so close I could smell the faint sweetness of her perfume. "If you even think about disrupting my life, I won't forgive it." Her gaze locked on mine, unwavering. "Forgiveness is not what I came for." The silence between us stretched until I felt my pulse hammering in my ears. Finally, she stepped back, picked up her coat from the chair and draped it over her shoulders. "I've said enough for tonight." "You've said nothing," I snapped. Hand touched the doorknob. "Then maybe I'll save the rest for next time." "Don't come back," I said, but even I didn't believe it. She looked over her shoulder, eyes catching mine like a spark in the dark. "You don't get to decide that." The door clicked shut behind her. I stood there, fists clenched, replaying every word in my head. She wanted something. I didn't know if it was me, or the family I built, or the life she swore I could never have. But her words followed me long after she left. "You'll need me one day, Nathan, and when that day comes, I'll be here." I didn't know if it was a promise or a threat. I held Ella's hand as we walked out of the cafe, a bag of her favorite blueberry muffins swinging in my other hand. The air was crisp, the kind of morning that should have felt normal, but then I saw her. Amelia, she was leaning against a car. Across the street, sunglasses hiding her eyes, coffee cup in hand. Too casual, too placed, Ella tugged at me. "Daddy, can we eat one now?" "Not yet, sweetheart. We'll take them home." Her attention shifted to the bag, not the woman standing 10 yards away. Mine didn't. I stared at Amelia, daring her to look back. She lifted the cup slightly, like it was a toast, then slipped into the car and drove off. That night I found her outside the school gates. Coincidence? I demanded. She tilted her head, pretending innocence. "Do you own the sidewalks now? You were watching us?" "I was walking. You're paranoid? Don't lie to me." She stepped closer, lowering her voice. "Even if I was, what difference does it make?" "It makes every difference. Stay away from my daughter." Her lips parted, a smile tugging at the corners. "You think I'd hurt her? I think you'd use her, like you used me." She reached out, fingertips grazing my arm before I could pull away. "Maybe I just wanted to remember what it felt like to stand next to you, Amelia." My tone was sharp, warning. She leaned in, whispering, "I can feel your pulse from here." I stepped back, fury tightening in my chest. "Don't play this game." She laughed softly. "You're the one who still reacts." Later in the kitchen, Ella sat at the table coloring. She looked up at me with curious eyes. "Daddy, why was that lady at school?" My stomach clenched. "What lady?" "The one with the pretty dress. She was looking at you." I forced a calm smile. "She's just someone Daddy used to know." Ella tilted her head. She smiled at me. "She won't be around again," I said firmly, though even I wasn't sure I believed it. Ella went back to coloring. But I felt her eyes flick up at me every now and then, like she sensed something was wrong. She always sensed more than I wanted her to. 2 days later, I saw Amelia again, this time at the grocery store. She wasn't even pretending to shop. She stood at the end of the aisle, tracing her finger along the edge of a cereal box, waiting until I noticed. I walked straight toward her. "Are you following me? Do I need an excuse to buy groceries?" "You don't even have a cart." Her smile was wicked. "Maybe I'm here for you, not groceries." I lowered my voice. Crossing a line, she stepped closer, her perfume curling around me, the same scent I remembered from years ago. "Or maybe I'm reminding you where the line really is." I clenched my jaw. "You're trying to unravel me." Her eyes locked on mine. Am I succeeding? I turned, sharply walking away, but her laugh followed me down the aisle that night. I found her waiting outside my house. I stormed to the porch. "Are you out of your mind?" She shrugged, leaning against the railing like she belonged there. "I was in the neighborhood." "You don't have a neighborhood here. Maybe I'm making one." "Leave." "Or what?" Her voice was quiet but daring. I stepped closer, lowering mine to match. "All right, make sure you never come near us again." "Ash." Her smile faltered for the first time. "You'd really push me out completely? You walked out years ago? Don't act like I owe you anything now." She straightened, her tone sharper. "You owe me the truth." "What truth?" "You still want me." My chest tightened. "You're wrong. Your eyes tell me otherwise." I forced myself to hold her gaze. "You're not part of my life anymore. Accept it." Her lips curled again, softer this time. "I don't accept what isn't finished." I slammed the door behind me, heart pounding. But her words clung to me like smoke. Inside, Ella sat on the couch with her stuffed rabbit, watching me. "Daddy," she said quietly. "Why do you look mad?" I crouched down in front of her. "Some people don't know when to stay away." She frowned. "Is it the lady again?" "Yes. Do you want me to tell her to go away?" My throat tightened. "No, baby. That's my job." Ella hugged her rabbit close. "She makes you sad." I brushed her hair back from her face. "She won't anymore." "Yes." But even as I said it, I felt the lie burning in my chest. Amelia wasn't here to disappear. She was here to test me. And the worst part was, she knew exactly how. Asterisk rain hammered against the pavement as I locked my car. The lot was nearly empty, the glow of a single street lamp casting shadows across the asphalt. I pulled my jacket tighter, ready to leave, when I heard her voice cut through the storm. Nathan. I froze. She stepped out from behind a row of cars, rain plastering her dress to her skin, hair clinging to her face. She looked raw, desperate. What are you doing here? I snapped. I needed to see you. At midnight. Ah, yes. Her voice shook, because if I waited any longer, I'd lose my nerve. You should have lost it already. She ignored the bite in my tone, moving closer. I can't keep pretending. Pretending what? That I don't care? That I'm fine watching you walk away from me like I never mattered. Ow. Didn't just walk away, Amelia. You burned everything behind you. Her hands trembled at her sides. I was wrong. I laughed bitterly. That's convenient. I said things I didn't mean. I pushed you because I was scared. Scared of what? Of how much I wanted you? Of how much it hurt to see you give what should have been mine to someone else? Her words hit like a punch. Jealousy. That's what this is about? Yes? Her eyes glistened with water and something sharper. I hated her. I hated that she had you. I never stopped thinking it should have been me. I shook my head. You don't get to rewrite history. I'm not rewriting it. I'm confessing. You think that changes anything? I think it changes everything. Ella is asleep at home right now, Amelia. Do you know what she represents? Proof that your story is a lie? She stepped closer until the rain between us felt like static. No, Nathan. She's proof I let fear ruin me. But it doesn't erase what I felt, what I still feel. Stop. You don't want me to stop. You don't know what I want. Her hand lifted slowly, trembling, before it pressed against my chest. My heart pounded against her palm, betraying me. You feel it too? She whispered. I grabbed her wrist, forcing her hand down. I feel the weight of everything you destroyed. Her voice cracked. I was jealous, Nathan. I never stopped wanting you. I never stopped seeing you in every room I entered. I never stopped hearing your name when I tried to move on. You. Expect me to forgive you because you missed me? No. I expect you to see that I'm standing here, telling you the truth I should have told years ago. You're too late. Then look me in the eye and tell me you don't want me anymore. I swallowed hard, rain dripping down my face. She leaned in, her eyes burning through me. Say it, she demanded. I opened my mouth, but nothing came. You can't, she whispered. I turned away, but she grabbed my arm. Don't walk away from me again. You don't get to tell me what to do. I'm not telling you. I'm begging you. Begging won't fix what you broke. Her voice dropped to a plea. Then let me try. Just give me a chance to prove it. I shook my head. I can't gamble with Ella's life just to see if you mean it this time. Her shoulders shook. I would never hurt her. You already did. She sees you, Amelia. She asks about you. She notices every shadow you cast. Tears mixed with the rain on her cheeks. I didn't mean for her to be pulled into this. But she is. And that's why this ends now. Her voice rose, raw and broken. You can't cut me out when you're still looking at me like that. I'm looking at a mistake I refuse to make again. She stepped back, breathless. You truly believe that? Then say it like you mean it. My chest heaved. Go home, Amelia. Her voice was almost a whisper. Home is wherever you are. I closed my eyes, forcing the words out through clenched teeth. Not anymore. She stood there in the storm, rain drenching every inch of her, silence stretching until it felt unbearable. Finally, she whispered, You'll need me one day. When that day comes, I'll be here. I didn't answer. I just walked away, every step heavier than the last, knowing her words were meant to haunt me. When I opened the door, she was standing there again, rain dripping from her hair, her clothes clinging to her skin. Are you going to let me freeze out here? She asked softly. I clenched my jaw. You shouldn't even be here. I didn't. Nowhere else to go. That's not my problem. She shivered, hugging her arms around herself. Please, Nathan. Against every instinct, I stepped back. Fine, 5 minutes. She slipped past me into the warmth of the house, Take off your coat before you drip everywhere, I muttered. She looked down at herself with a half smile. I don't have one. I bit down my frustration and grabbed a towel from the closet, tossing it to her. Her fingers brushed mine as she caught it, lingering too long. You still take care of me? She said quietly. Don't flatter yourself. I just don't want my floors ruined. Before I could say more, little footsteps pounded down the stairs. Ella peeked around the corner, rubbing her eyes. Daddy, who's that? She asked. I froze. Amelia knelt instantly, her voice soft and warm. Hi, sweetheart. I'm a friend of your dad's. Ella tilted her head. You're wet. Amelia laughed, and the sound was so natural it rattled me. I got caught in the rain. Happens sometimes. Daddy says rain makes flowers grow, Ella said proudly. Amelia's eyes flicked up at me before returning to Ella. He's right. Your dad's a smart man. Ella smiled and reached for her hand. Do you want to play? No, I cut in quickly. It's late. Ella, back to bed. Just 5 minutes, Ella pleaded. Ella. My tone sharpened, but Amelia leaned closer to her. Love to play for a little while. Ella giggled, pulling her toward the living room before I could stop them. I followed, tense, watching Amelia sit cross-legged on the floor as Ella dumped blocks in front of her. You have a lot of these, Amelia said. Daddy builds castles with me, Ella explained. That sounds fun. Can you show me how? Ella's little hands worked quickly, stacking pieces. Amelia followed her lead, smiling in a way that unsettled me. I crossed my arms. Amelia, this isn't a game. Can't just walk into my daughter's life like this. She looked up at me, unbothered. I'm not trying to. She invited me. You know what I mean? Her voice softened. I didn't expect her to like me so quickly. That's exactly why this is dangerous. Ella glanced between us. Are you mad, Daddy? I forced a smile. No, honey. Daddy's just tired. She handed Amelia a block. Make the tower taller. Amelia obeyed, stacking it higher. Her hand brushed mine as I reached for another piece. She didn't move it, see? We can build together, she whispered. I pulled my hand back. Don't do this. She looked straight at me. I'm not doing anything but being here. Ella cheered when the tower stood tall. Look, Daddy, it's great, I said, forcing the words out. Amelia beamed at her. You're amazing. Ella. My daughter glowed under the praise, her laughter filling the room. The sound twisted something inside me. After a few minutes, Ella yawned. Bed, I said firmly. She pouted. But I like her. You'll see me again, Amelia said quickly. No, I cut in. Say goodnight, Ella. Oh. Ella hugged her tightly before running upstairs. Silence stretched after her footsteps faded. You had no right. I said. I wasn't trying to steal her, Amelia whispered. I just wanted to see what you built without me. You don't belong in this picture. She stepped closer. I could. My chest tightened. You're not her mother. No, but she laughed with me. She trusted me. What that? Tell you something? It tells me you're dangerous. You know exactly how to wedge yourself where you don't belong. Her voice dropped. Yet you let me in. I regret it already. No, you don't. I swallowed hard. You're wrong. She lifted her hand, fingertips grazing my arm. If I were wrong, you would have slammed the door. Her perfume mixed with the warmth of the room, pulling me back to a place I swore I'd buried. You need to leave, I said hoarsely. I will, but not forever. You don't get to decide that. She smiled faintly. You'll see me again, Ella wants it. And deep down, so do you. I pointed. To the door, out. She moved past me slowly, deliberately close, her shoulder brushing mine. At the door, she paused. You can push me away, Nathan, but I'm already here. I shut the door hard behind her, pressing my back against it, my pulse racing. Upstairs. Ella's soft laugh drifted down, oblivious to the storm I had just let inside. Asterisk, I found Amelia and Ella in the living room again, laughter spilling into the hallway. For a second, I almost believed the scene. Almost, then I caught Amelia's eyes flicking toward me with something sharper than joy. Daddy, look, Ella called, holding up a drawing. I walked in, forcing a smile. That's beautiful, sweetheart. She helped me, Ella said proudly. I looked at Amelia. Of course she did. Amelia tilted her head. She's talented. Maybe she got it from you. Maybe, I said shortly. Ella tugged my arm. Can I show her my room? Not tonight, I answered quickly. Please, she begged. Bedtime, Ella. Her face fell, but she obeyed, hugging Amelia before running upstairs. The second she was gone, Amelia's smile slipped. She leaned closer, voice low. She doesn't even look like you. My blood froze. What did you just say? Her eyes widened as if she hadn't meant to let it out. Nothing. Don't lie to me. She lifted her hands. Nathan, it was a slip, I swear. No, that was the real you. It's the same woman who told me I didn't deserve a family. Tears welled in her eyes. You think I'd hurt her? I care about her. Don't twist this. That wasn't about caring, that was poison. Her voice shook. I was jealous, all right? I see what you have and it kills me. I lost you, and I lost what we could have had. It was ugly, I know, but I didn't mean it the way it sounded. I stared at her, every muscle tense. You think that excuses it? She stepped forward, reaching for me. I'm trying to be honest. Isn't that what you wanted? No. I wanted you to stay away. Her hand hovered near mine, trembling. Nathan, please, don't shut me out, not again. You make it sound like I owe you something. I don't. Her tears fell harder, streaking her face. I still love you. I never stopped. Love doesn't look like cruelty. It was weakness. I hated myself for saying it then, and I hate myself for slipping now. I shook my head. You hate losing. That's what this is about. Not me, not Ella, just control. Her voice rose. That's not true. You think I don't see the way you still look at me? You think I don't feel it when I'm near you? I feel nothing but regret, I snapped. She flinched as if I'd struck her. You don't mean that? I do. And if you ever talk about my daughter like that again, you'll never step foot in this house. Her lips parted, trembling. Nathan, go. She didn't move. You'll regret pushing me away. I'm not the enemy here. You're not family either. Her tears slowed, her gaze sharpening. You think she's enough to protect you from me? From us? Us, I repeated, my stomach tightening. She stepped back, realizing she had said too much. Forget it. No, tell me what you meant. Her jaw set. Not tonight. Amelia. My voice was steel. She brushed past me, grabbing her bag. I'll come back when you're ready to. Listen, I caught her wrist. Don't test me. She looked down at my hand on her skin, then back into my eyes. You're already tested. Every second I'm near you, you're fighting yourself. And one day, Nathan, you'll lose. I released her, my chest heaving. Get out, she walked. To the door slowly, deliberately, turning once more. I slipped. Yes. But slips are truths we try to hide, and you're hiding too. The door closed behind her, the echo ringing in my ears. Upstairs, Ella called, Daddy. Into my voice, I'll be right there. Her small voice drifted down again. She's nice. I like her. My throat tightened. I know, sweetheart. Climb the stairs, each step heavier than the last. Ella was waiting at the top, her eyes wide. Did I do something wrong? She asked. I crouched in front of her. No, you didn't. Then, why are you upset? Because grown-ups make mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes hurt. She frowned, but she makes me laugh. I pulled her into my arms. You're my world, Ella. No one else matters more than you. She hugged me tight. I love you, Daddy. I love you too. As I tucked her into bed, her words repeated. In my head, she makes me laugh. I closed her door gently, but Amelia's voice still rang louder. She doesn't even look like you. The mask had slipped, and I knew better than to think it would stay on again. I had just finished picking Ella up from school when Clara walked over. She was carrying a folder, her smile warm but professional. Mr. Carter, she said, Ella's doing really well in class. She's curious, sharp, and the other kids adore her. I smiled, pride swelling in my chest. That's good to hear. I was worried she might be shy. Clara shook her head. She's confident, and that comes from home. She teaches me more than I teach her, I admitted. Laughed softly. That doesn't surprise me. I caught myself enjoying the sound of her laugh. It was light, kind, untainted by history. For a moment I felt a strange calm. Then I saw her. Amelia, leaning against her car, watching us. Her eyes burned. Clara. Notice my glance? Everything all right? Yes, I said quickly. Thanks again, Clara. Of course. Have a good evening. I walked Ella to the car, buckling her in before turning. Amelia was already striding toward me. Interesting, she said coolly. Very interesting. Don't start. Her lips curled. She's pretty. Sweet voice, too. Is that your type now? I exhaled sharply. She's Ella's teacher. That's all? Amelia stepped closer. That's all? You smiled at her like she was more than that? You're imagining things. No, I know that look. Her hand pressed against my chest. It's the same look you used to give me. I caught her wrist, pushing it away. This is not about you. Her eyes narrowed. Everything is about me when it comes to you, not anymore. She tilted her head, lowering her voice. Then why did you let her get so close? 'Cause she cares about Ella. That's it. Amelia smirked, leaning in so close I felt her breath. Doesn't know you like I do? She doesn't know what keeps you up at night, what makes you break, what makes you want. I forced myself to hold her gaze. It's not love, that's possession. Call it what you want, she whispered, pressing her body against mine. But you felt it. Right now. You want me? My pulse spiked. For a heartbeat, I almost gave in. Her perfume, her touch, the familiarity of her lips so close. It dragged me back to nights I swore I would never relive. I clenched my fists. Move. Her smile widened. There it is. The fire. Shh. She can't give you that. Only I can. Shh. Don't get to rewrite the past, I snapped. I'm not rewriting anything. I'm reminding you. You're crossing a line. Her nails grazed my arm, and you're letting me. I shoved her hand away. Enough. Shh. She stepped back, but her eyes blazed with triumph. You can push me all you want. It won't erase what just happened. Nothing happened. Oh, Nathan. Her laugh was low, dangerous. Your eyes said everything. One touch, and you were right back with me. I fought to steady my breathing. Stay away from Clara. Stay away from anyone connected to my daughter. Or what? She challenged. Or you'll regret it. Her expression shifted, softer, almost wounded. Shh. You really think she could replace me? No one is trying to replace you. You were gone a long time ago, but I'm back. Voice cracked, then sharpened again. I'm not leaving this time. Not for her, not for anyone. Ella's voice called from the car. Daddy. I turned immediately. I'll be right there. When I faced Amelia again, she was smiling, faintly, as if she had one. You can lie to yourself, she whispered, but I know the truth. You still burn for me. I leaned in, my voice cold. The only thing I burn for now is protecting my daughter. Don't mistake that for anything else. Her eyes flickered, torn between fury and desire. We'll see. I walked past her. Climbing into the car, Ella's innocent eyes met mine in the rearview mirror. Who was that, Daddy? She asked. No one, I said tightly, but the fire in Amelia's eyes told me she wasn't no one. She was a storm waiting to strike again. Asterisk. I had just set Ella's toys on the living room floor when the knock came. Daddy. Who is it? She asked, still giggling from the game we had been playing. Stay here, sweetheart, I said. When I opened the door, Amelia stood there. Her hair clung damply to her face, her eyes fierce. We need to talk. I stepped outside, shutting the door behind me. Not now. Yes. Now, she shot back. You keep running, but you're not listening. There's nothing left to listen to. Her hand caught my arm. There is, Nathan. Everything. Pulled free. Say what you came to say, and leave. Her voice dropped, sharp and unshaking. Either I'm in your life, or no one is. The air froze. What did you just say? You heard me. That's not love. That's a threat. Her eyes gleamed. Call it whatever you want. I won't stand by while you let some stranger step into the space that belongs to me. One belongs to you. You do? She hissed. And so does this life. That child inside laughing, she could be mine too, snapped forward. Do not say her name. Do not bring her into this. Amelia smirked. Why not? He already likes me. I could be in her world so easily. One smile, one kind word. Children trust who I tell them to trust. You stay away from her. Her voice softened, almost pleading. I don't want to hurt you. I just want what we had. What we had is gone. It doesn't have to be. She stepped closer, lowering her tone. You still feel it? I see it every time you look at me. One touch and you're mine again. I shook my head. You mistake weakness for desire. That's on me, not you. It will not happen again. Her jaw tightened. So you choose her? That teacher? I choose Ella. I choose peace. I choose a future that doesn't drown in the past. Her voice cracked, but her words were razor sharp. If I can't have you, no one will. Do you understand me? I stared hard into her eyes. If you ever come near my daughter again with this madness, I will end every connection we have. For good. You couldn't cut me out even if you tried. Watch me. She reached out, fingertips grazing my shirt. I know you, Nathan. You crave what only I give you. You can play house all you want, but you'll always come back to me. I shoved her hand away. That's not craving. That's poison. Her eyes burned. Then drink it, 'cause you already have. Every time you remember me, every time you let me close, you prove you're still mine. My chest tightened with fury. You once told me I didn't deserve a family. Now, you want to claim one like a prize. You don't get to rewrite that. I was angry, she said quickly. I was jealous, but I see now. You've built the life I wanted, and I want it too. With you. No, I said firmly. You want control. That's not love. Her lips trembled. Then what is love, Nathan? That boring smile Clara gave you? That safe little world you're building? Love is fire. Love is hunger. Love is me. That's obsession. Maybe, but obsession keeps me here, wanting you, needing you. You don't need me. You need victory. Her voice lowered to a whisper. Then give it to me. Let me in. Let me be part of this life, or I'll take it myself. I clenched my fists, forcing my voice steady. You will not cross that line. I won't let you. She leaned in so close I could feel her breath on my cheek. You already did. The second you let me back through your door, Ella's laughter floated through the walls, cutting sharp against the tension. My stomach twisted. I grabbed Amelia's wrist and pushed it back toward her side. This is your last chance. Walk away before you lose everything. Her eyes glistened. I already lost everything. That's why I'm here.
You didn't
lose it. You threw it away. And now you want me to pay the price for your regret. She bit her lip, her voice trembling between rage and longing. You'll regret this. When she looks at you and sees nothing but disappointment, when Clara leaves you bored and broken, you'll remember me. I forced myself to stand tall. What I'll remember is this moment. The moment you showed me exactly who you are. And I will never forget it. Her tears fell, but her smile stayed sharp. You think you've chosen? But you haven't. I'll always be the fire you can't put out. Then burn alone, I said coldly. I turned, opened the door, and stepped back inside. Ella ran too. Me with a toy in her hand, her face bright, her world untouched. Daddy, come play. I looked down at her, then back at the door where Amelia had stood. The shadow of her threat lingered even as the house felt warm again. I'm here, I told Ella. I'm not going anywhere. But deep down I knew Amelia wasn't gone. Not yet. The slam of the front door shook the walls. Why are you here again? I demanded. Amelia's voice cut sharp. 'Cause you won't listen. I told you last time. This ends. It doesn't end until I say it does. You don't control. Me, I control more than you admit, she shot back. You think you've moved on, but I see the way you look at me. You still want me. You're wrong. Her eyes narrowed. What? Then why did you let me in before? Why did you let me touch you? Why didn't you push me away sooner? Because I was weak, not because I wanted you. Don't lie to me, Nathan. You crave what I am, what we were. What we were almost destroyed me, and yet here I am. Yeah. You never erased me. Get out, I said firmly. Her laugh was bitter. No, not until you tell me why she gets to have everything I should have had. She? You mean Ella? Her smile twisted. Her and that teacher and anyone else you let close. They don't know you like I do. You don't know me anymore. I know enough. I know that you hate sleeping alone. I know you ache when you see me. I know you're terrified of what you feel. I'm not terrified of you. I'm disgusted. Her voice cracked, fury breaking through. You built the life I wanted and you did it without me. That is what disgusts me. I heard footsteps behind me. Ella's small voice broke the air. Daddy! I turned quickly. Go to your room, sweetheart. Her eyes widened at Amelia. Why is she yelling?
Amelia
Softened instantly, her tone dripping with sweetness. Hi, Ella. We're just talking. Go to your room, I repeated. Sharper dot Ella hesitated, frightened, then ran down the hall. I faced Amelia again. Do not speak to her. Her mask slipped, venom in her tone. She doesn't even look like you. How long before she realizes she doesn't belong? Enough. My voice shook the air. Don't ever say that about her again. She's proof I was right, Amelia pressed. You replaced me. You built your perfect little family. Deep down, you know it's fragile. You're the only fragile thing here. Her eyes glistened with rage. You think you can protect her from me? From the truth? Could shatter this whole world with one word? You won't get the chance. Her voice dropped, cold as ice. If I can't have this family, no one will. My chest tightened. What does that mean? It means you will never find peace without me. If you try, I will tear it apart. Every smile, every laugh, every safe little moment you think you've built, gone. You're sick. I'm real. I'm the only one who will ever love you the way you deserve. That isn't love. And tell me what it is when your body leans into mine. Tell me what it is when your eyes lock with mine. Tell me what it is when you can't even look at Clara without thinking of me. It's a mistake. I won't. Make it again. She stepped closer, her face inches from mine. Yes, you will. No, I'm done letting you poison my life. Her voice rose, breaking through the house. You're not done. You can't be done with me. Watch me? I shot back. Her hand slammed against the wall. You think you're strong enough? You think you can keep me away when I've already stepped into your home, into your daughter's world? I'm already inside? That's over. Right now, Ella's cry carried from her room. Daddy. My chest ripped open at the sound. Stay there, sweetheart, called Amelia, smirked. Hear that? She's scared. And you know why? Because she senses the truth. Families like yours don't last. Leave. She leaned in one last time, whispering through clenched teeth. I don't leave. I never leave. I grabbed the door, yanked it open. Out, she stared at me, eyes wild, tears mixed with fury. You'll regret this. I already regret ever letting you in. Her lip trembled, but her words hit like steel. If I can't have this family, no one will. She stormed out, slamming the door so hard the frame rattled. I locked it, my hands shaking. Daddy. La's voice came from the hall again. Dropped to my knees as she ran into my arms. It's okay. You're safe. Her small hands clung to my shoulders. She was scary. I know, I said softly. She won't come back, not like that. But in my chest, I knew the truth. She wasn't finished. Not by a long shot. Asterisk her shadow cut across the glass of my front window. I opened the door before she could knock. Why are you here again? Amelia's eyes lingered on me. You know why? No, I don't. Tell me. She glanced past me, toward the sound of Ella's laughter drifting from the living room. I wanted to see what you built. I wanted to see if it was real. It's real, and it's not yours. Her lips pressed tight. Should have been. You told me. Once I'd never deserve a family. Look at me now. You were wrong. Her eyes flashed. I was angry. I said it to hurt you. You meant every word. You wanted to tear me down so you could feel powerful? Now you're the one outside looking in. Her voice softened, almost pleading. Nathan, don't do this. Don't throw away what we had. We had is gone. You loved me. I did. And you burned it to ashes. I can love Ella too, she said suddenly. I could be part of this. Don't say her name like that. She likes me. I saw it in her eyes. You don't get to use her. She's not a pawn in whatever game you're playing. I'm not playing. I'm begging. I stepped closer, my voice hard. You can beg all you want. I'll never replace her mother. You'll never take her place in my life. You've lost that chance years ago. Her breath caught. So this is it? You're shutting me out forever? Yes. She shook her head. You'll regret it. One day you'll wake up and realize no one else will love you like I do. You don't love me. You want to own me. There's a difference. Her jaw clenched. She leaves you. If the world turns on you, you'll come crawling back. It won't, because I'm not alone anymore. Ella's footsteps pattered down the hallway. She tugged on my hand. Daddy, who's that? I crouched beside her. Someone who doesn't belong here. Amelia's face crumbled. Nathan, don't say that in front of her. Don't make me the villain. You made yourself the villain. Her voice broke. I loved you. You used that love to cut me open. I'm done bleeding for you. Tears streaked her cheeks. You'll remember me? Every night, every time you look at her, you'll think of me. No. When I look at her, I remember why I survived you. Wrapped her small fingers around mine. Her innocent voice lifted the weight off my chest. Can we close the door now, Daddy? I nodded. Yes, sweetheart. Amelia's eyes darted between us, her chest rising and falling like she was drowning. She doesn't know what you were. She doesn't know how broken you were without me. She doesn't need to know. She only needs to know that I'm here, strong, whole, because of her, not because of you. Amelia's voice turned sharp again, though it trembled beneath the surface. I could still ruin this. I could tell her things. I could tell the world who you really are. I straightened.
Do it.
Tell them they'll see the truth in my daughter's eyes before they ever believe your lies. Her lips parted, but no words came out. The fight drained from her shoulders. I tightened my grip on Ella's hand, said I'd never deserve a family. Look at me now. You lost. You'll never be part of this. For the first time, she looked small. I wanted to hurt you. I thought it would make me feel alive. But standing here, I just feel empty and leave with that emptiness. It's all you have left. Her tears fell freely now. She stepped back from the door, her voice barely a whisper. Goodbye, Nathan. Goodbye, Amelia. I closed the door. Ella tilted her head. She was sad. She made her choices, I said quietly. And we made ours. What choice did we make? Is that we stay together? Always. She smiled, resting her head against my chest. I liked that choice. I kissed her hair and held her close. The silence in the house felt different now, lighter, safer. Through the window, I saw Amelia's figure shrinking down the street, swallowed by the night. For years, her words haunted me. Tonight, they returned to her, heavy and hollow. She said I'd never deserve a family. But my daughter's heartbeat against my chest told me the truth. I had one, and she could never take it away.